Happy Self-Love Saturday. Whoop whoop. Focus. A part of self-love is self-awareness. Just having a strong sense of who you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, your wants, your goals, just where you want to be in life, all of that kind of stuff. Just fully embracing who you are and not worrying about being perfect, just being more content. At least that's how I feel like the first part of self-love is, like just an overall contentness with the person that you are seeing in the mirror. Understanding this person that's right in front of you in order for you to kind of not lie anymore. That is self-love to me. To truly remove the lie. What is the lie? So I'll say this, like for my own journey, before fully realizing that I needed self-love, I would regularly tell myself a lie. I'd tell myself that I was fine. I would tell myself that I was confident. I would tell myself that I was strong. I would always be putting on a mask. I just wanted people to see this image of this girl that I wasn't even fully sure who this was. Like, I wanted people to really see me as this all-together individual, and the thought of them thinking that I wasn't was like terrifying. I thought I was doing myself a service. Like, I thought I was protecting myself. I thought I was helping myself. I thought, oh, you know, I'm moving forward in the way that you're supposed to be moving forward. And when I started my self-love journey, I realized that keeping up with that lie, keeping up with that weight was everything against actual self-love. Having to hold up this lie meant that I wasn't proud of who I was. It meant that I recognized that something wasn't right because I felt like there was a need to cover something up. I was like, why was I doing this? But you don't really realize what you're doing at the time. The crazy part is others can see it. Even if somebody can't really place that it's a lie, other people can still see that something here is false. Something here is not the truth. Before I started self-love, I told myself the lie that the insecurities that I had was just a part of who I was. I told myself two lies. I told myself that these insecurities were just a part of who I am and they're never gonna go away. And then I also told myself that I was fine and that I didn't need any help and that I was perfect and that I didn't have to ask anybody for anything. I didn't have to speak about any of my vulnerabilities. I didn't have to do anything out of my comfort zone, out of my box, because I was fine. You slowly but surely start to unravel. One day you may have a breakdown. One day you may just feel really exhausted. One day you may wake up and realize that you're completely depressed. A lot could happen. In that process, you've been sabotaging yourself, slowly but surely, you know, just little bits of sabotage that lead up to one gigantic piece of sabotage, and now you're so far over your head that you don't even realize how you got here. Out of the many lies that we tell ourselves, one of them is that we have to put on this mask and act like everything is okay. Being open and being honest that that's bad, that that's ugly, that that's not important, that that's not relatable, that that's not inspiring. And that vulnerability, that fully embracing who you are, even if it's a mess, that is the beauty. And that is the starting point of the self-love, so that you can start to realize what needs to be cleaned up, and that you can actually start to inspire somebody, and you can actually start to thrive and be comfortable and be happy and do everything and anything that you want to do because you've let go of this perfectionism. I realized just how many little lies I was telling myself, and I would tell them to myself because I thought that others needed them. And it was only getting worse because I was keeping it so wrapped up in a box instead of saying, hey, you know what, I'm not a perfect person, but I'm working on being the best version of myself. And though right now in this time, this individual that you met may not be fully my best self. I may not be. I may have like much more to go. but I'm trying. I'm in a better headspace because I am embracing fully who I am instead of trying to lead you down a rabbit hole of lies that I've been telling to myself. My best example of it really is I was in a relationship just before my self-love journey started. And it was in this space that I can remember my boyfriend at the time pointing out some of my insecurities, not in a negative way, but just pointing out that I just had some of these hang-ups and stubbornness about myself with certain things. And I can remember like being annoyed and being like, this is just who I am. Like, you need to accept it. Like, you just are not accepting me. And he was challenging that. Like, he was kind of like, you don't want to fix some of these things? Like, you don't want to change? And then I was also annoyed that he was seeing past the lie of the perfect girl that I was trying to be. It was an interesting experience nonetheless. But it was an important one because coming out of that relationship is when I started to fully embrace self-love and recognize that in that process, that the lies had just gotten too heavy. And I didn't need to be her. And I could start to actually evolve. The first step of my evolving had to be me embracing who I was in this current state and not being embarrassed about it. That's self-love. Being aware, being very, 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 very aware, sensitive to who you are. It is important to embrace the mess. That is the only way you're gonna fully know how to clean it up. And then fix it. But don't think you have to hide it. Fix it openly. Fix it outwardly. Fix it so that we can all see. Fix it so that we can all be inspired by you fixing it. That is beauty. That is important. And in my opinion, it's step one to self-love. Hope you guys are doing well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with any of your friends who you think need this message. Bye, guys.